Greetings and salutations, Earthlings. Zube here, and I'm going to do a reading for someone. Maybe it's you. Anyway, if you are interested in a personal reading, my information is down below. This is a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you. Usually I can tell right away, but it's a good way to kind of like practice your intuition, like if you feel like it's not for you, and I'm not just making you do this because I want you to watch, but sometimes I'll watch a reading that doesn't feel like it's for me. Well, I actually always do that because I like to learn how other readers read. And you'll be like, yeah, I was right. That was not for me. Anywho, all of my readings are timeless. If you are stumbling upon this when I'm posting it, it is July 5th. So I'm going to start off with this. I'm in my Colorado office. If you've been here before, I go back and forth between Texas and Colorado. I should put the license plate for Texas down in my Texas apartment, but I have not. So we're going to do the Animal Spirit Guidebook, because whenever I'm changing offices, I always get excited about the things that I have at the other, that I refined all over again. Okay. What is going on with the collective? Oyster. And I do have to read these. Even my glasses. I'm like, ooh, I like these. They're different at each place. So, water. So one thing about this deck, I always have trouble finding the card I'm looking for. Water. This is going to be about emotions. It's air, fire, water. Here we go. Patient secret keeper hiding inner treasures. The focus and determination of the oyster is unmatched. Anything an oyster personality puts their mind to, they achieve with grace and charm. The only problem is oyster types often take their inner gifts for granted. They become shy or doubtful, and this can lead to withdrawing or protecting their deepest desires and life's work. When the oyster card appears, it's important to reveal your inner treasures. What is it that you've been hesitant to share? The world is waiting to see. When in balance, feels blessed, generous, and masterful. When out of balance, reluctant, gripping, clams up. To bring into balance, share something. Nice. I want to pull a few more cards, but I want to point out something that I wanted to share. When I was about to start this, I've been trying for days to put my phone into silent so it won't go off when I don't want it to, and I haven't been able to do it. So I had to pull the case off and open it up and clean the spot. Something sticky had gotten on there. And I think there are a lot of sticky situations going on. And I'm like, wow, that's really something, because it has been very important to me. And I've actually been really good about getting my quiet time. But I've had to work for it a little bit. Deliberately set out and clear away the sticky, even if it's only temporarily, in order to have my silent time. So there's something like the oyster has the pearl inside. We do have magical wisdom. We do have deep desires. We do have things that we know we want. Are we admitting that to ourselves? Are we You know, it's funny because in spirituality, it's all about service work and all of that. And of course it is. Oh, 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 oh. Just got a cramp in my foot. Anyway, I'm gonna keep going. Sometimes I've been trying to make videos for the past few days and I've been having a really hard time. And I think that's because I felt like I had to do a video, which is really funny. And I didn't really want to. But anyway, foot cramp. Okay. I don't remember what I was saying, but whatever I was saying, maybe it had something synchronistically to do with my foot cramp. I'm gonna do a Celtic cross. You gotta take care of what you gotta take care of. That's what I was thinking. The Empress came out. And this is kind of where we are. Now, this is a general reading, so you can look for yourself sort of all over this reading. You might be like coming at it from a different angle or a different perspective. And then with the Empress, we have the Two of Wands. And so the Two of wands are fire, and you know there's a globe in here where we're like, which way do I go? Twos are generally choices, but it could just be making the choice to proceed forward or walk in between the two wands and start on your path. It's a choice to take action, whether it's between two things or not, depends on who you are and what's going on with you. So card, Two of Cups. Relationships are getting in the way. That's what the crossing card is. The crossing card is kind of like, you know, what is what is it that we need to overcome, or what is getting in the way of making this choice. And the Empress is creative. I mean, she gives birth to things. This is literally like an oyster in a pearl, you know. Wow. All right. What is in the subconscious? But the twos, maybe we're making choices. Who's in my life? Who's not in my life? Who, you know, who do I owe? Who do I not owe? The subconscious, we have the Ten of Swords. I love the Ten of Swords in this deck because the Ten of Swords signifies an end to a painful journey. The birds are flying off, the crows. So this is like, even in the other decks where like the Ten of Swords will be 10 swords in somebody's back, like in the subconscious, we just want the pain to be over. We just want the pain to end. Maybe we've learned that like pain, maybe we're somehow attached to no pain, no gain. Maybe we've tipped from joyfully and freely giving our energy to others in acts of service into like that part where we deplete ourselves and have nothing left to give. In the recent past, I think we've seen hints of this. I think we're starting to figure it out. That's why we've got the Ten of Cups. That's like the end of a painful journey. The Four of Cups, she's looking at these three cups in front of her like, ho hum, this is it. Also, those cups are empty. This is not what I thought I would be looking at. You know, I want to look at something different, but behind her that she is not aware of, the other cup is being filled up with a rainbow. So this is, look around, you know, there are blessings happening in your life. You just might not be looking in the right place. And you may be hyper focused on what's in front of you and what you think things should look like or how they should be showing up for you. Or you might not even be asking for them, right? She's not saying anything. And this oyster is maybe you have something to offer, but it's like, all right, let's keep going. It's not above and beyond what should be offered. There's something here about authenticity and needing to be really authentic about what it is that we're giving. Are we giving freely? I tried like 10 times. I couldn't make a fucking video because I didn't want to. I didn't feel like it. Sorry, not sorry. But all right, what do we know? What are we reaching for? What is our conscious intention? The Wheel of Fortune. Divine intervention. You know, maybe some of you are really working with let go and let God, leaving things up to the divine, what is actually appearing for you. That's why this is showing up in the past. Maybe we have seen, all right, well, that's not looking like how I want it to look like. Maybe something is manifesting for you, but it's not with the people that you thought it was going to be with, or you know, you're staring at things that are not working, and it's where you're at the part where there's the intense pain where you almost and I have not gone through birth, I had C-sections, but I would imagine where like the pain, and you almost forget that like there's going to be a baby on the other side of it, right? You just have to, the like contractions have stalled, and you've got to like take action for the final pushes, but we're thinking about our connections to other people, and like maybe how is this going to impact other people, and what are my relationships going to look like after I take action to what I authentically desire, towards this cup I see filling over here, towards what feels divinely like ordained for me. What is that going to do to my relationships? That's what that feels like. In the future. And I do these over, I mean, it could be like a 3-month time spread, it could be like 6 months, and you know, give or take, really. It's kind of like, what are you looking for? Where are you at now? But we're in the right now. Like the right now is the present situation cards right here. This is moving forward with the Lovers. With the Lovers, it can be about lovers, but this card can be, you know, this is making a choice to really give our heart over to something and all of the vulnerability that entails. So being open and honest about what it is that we want and how we feel, you know, and fuck all what everybody thinks of that. God, why does this reading feel so good? Because we just want the pain to be over. And it might hurt, like going through all this. It's kind of a lot. Let's see what we get for advice. Yeah. Open your heart. Ace of Cups. A new beginning of an emotional journey. Opening up your heart space. Letting love flow out, letting it flow in, being very consciously aware of how you share your love, how full is your cup? Are you taking the time to be present with yourself? Are you bringing yourself back into right here, right now, back into this moment? Other people, the other us is weird. Ace of Wands. I'll tell you what I'm getting from this, okay? So this is like the advice card. The advice card is occupy your own heart. Draw your like emotions back in. Don't be spilling all over the place, all over everybody. It doesn't mean, you know, don't share and be emotional, but we can always hold space with other people. But being very aware of how, of bringing it back to love, but not being toxic, like making our own selves full so that we can be there for others, to hold space with them, because other people are, this is the Ace of Wands, so that's action, that's fire, creativity, passion. They're in their minds creating their own stuff. It's actually really cool. Whoa, no fucking way. Look at this. Oh my God, chills all over. Look at that. Like it's almost, whoa. That's so weird. And that's advice and other people. Why do I want to cry right now? I have no idea why I want to cry right now. That's fucking cool. But the Wheel of Fortune, we're just letting go. I think this is like, I fucking give up. I just want the pain to be over. I just want the pain to be over, whether it's emotional pain, mental pain. Man. All right, hopes and fears. Hopes and fears. The Tower. It's coming. I mean, the Tower is lightning is coming. This is divine intervention also. To me, the cards of the Wheel and the Tower are divine intervention. Maybe there's just things are collapsing, and all of this is for us to find that hidden pearl that I think we know is in there. Like we're strong, we have that tough outer shell, but something is going on around the outside that is like opening it up. But the Tower, we're both hopeful and afraid of it. It's like, God, I'm terrified, but just bring it on, because I just want to let go. I just want to be done, whatever it is. I want to find who really loves me. Like, who knows the things about me that I don't want people to know, or who knows, like if I really am vulnerable and transparent and say what I want and need and desire and go after it, like who is going to stick around? Like, that's your people. Knight of Swords, this is the outcome. So Knight of Swords, that is, it's not a real feel-good card. The Knight of Swords, we have our mind, our mentality, things happening very quickly. On the higher expression of the Knight of Swords, we're thinking quickly, speaking quickly, sometimes off the cuff, not always, in a measured way. I think it's just going to be like that. This can be thoughts and insights coming in quickly. The Knight of Swords can be hurtful to others, right? And that might happen as well. And that's okay. It's like things are breaking. We might be like procrastinating this Tower moment, but it's going to happen. Like if I had a spiritual teacher who told me one time, this was about leaving a job, and she was basically saying, don't be a fucking idiot. But at the same time, like if you are really moved to leave, then you'll know, but it requires practice to get in touch with your, like that part of yourself, that knowing part. But if things come out, I kind of want to clarify that Knight of Swords. I mean, it's not a happy ending, which is fine. It's intuition, follow your intuition. The High Priestess that's going within. Everybody's going to be okay. It's all going to be okay. I kind of want to look at the oyster again. It's important to reveal your inner treasures. Like, look, I can't get over that. You know, good things hide in our shadow sometimes, not just negative stuff, but sometimes we hide the part of us that could be successful or could be really good at something. And we mock the people who do it because we're afraid to try and suck. It's like something wants to come out of you and you're afraid of sucking at it, but you probably won't suck at it. And if you do suck at it, you're going to be loved anyway. And you'll feel better for not having it hidden inside of you anymore. You do. These and a couple of these. But this is authenticity. We want people to really love us, even if we suck at some stuff. Right. Opportunity. Maybe we're getting an opportunity that we are not quite sure about taking. I don't know if it's there. I did focus on it. You will prove yourself and discover if you brave the rough seas. Huh. Safety. Don't be too proud to go back to shore. Okay, so this is the dance. I'm going to pull one more. It's going to be the tiebreaker. This is the dance that we're doing, but we're learning, you know, like, doesn't mean you have to go all out and do the whole fucking thing. Like, you can do a little part of the thing and then come back and see how that went. You know, it's kind of a dance, but let's see what we get here. Move. Barnacles only grow on a docked ship. It's about movement, which is what we got right here. We've got to make a choice to action. You know, there might be some of you out there that somebody that feels really like dutifully obligated to someone else, whether it's like a partner or a family member or something like that. You could feel like you should do something because of somebody else and you don't want to do that thing. This can go all different kinds of ways, but we have the Empress and the Two of Wands and the Two of Cups. So with the twos, we're making choices. Let me do one of these. And then we're going to call it good. Sanctuary. Good for you. Good for you. It seems you've earned some time away from the chaos of life. It could be as small as a bubble bath or as big as a trip. Or maybe it's a small trip to a big bubble bath, or a normal size trip to a tiny bubble bath. Or maybe you tripped and fell in someone's bath. Whatever it is, it's waiting for you with open arms. Just pick your favorite sanctuary and unplug for a bit, especially if a bath is involved. So again, we have water. I was telling somebody the other day that I did a reading for, like, they were like, I don't meditate, I don't journal, I'm very busy, blah, blah, blah. Like, take a bowl of water and put it, I don't know, next to your coffee maker And every morning take like 20 seconds to look at your reflection in the water. There's something here about water and like our emotions and just, you know, reflecting on our own wants and desires, because the funny thing about fire and water, right? So we have this with other people. If the fire is burning in each of us, right? But if we don't have our own strength in our heart, if someone else's fire is burning really bright, it can consume water. Water can also put out fire. So if somebody's like pouring their emotions all over you, it's like putting out this fire in your own mind. So there's like a need for boundaries in this reading, because there's something that we are, a hidden gem that we are getting to, and we need to be brave and courageous when we do that, and we need to clearly see what it is. Anyway, I do have to get going, and I can't find oh, here it is. I gotta get going. If you stuck through this whole thing, I really appreciate you hanging out with me, and I hope you have a great day on Earth. Peace. Namaste.